Hello, and welcome back to the NastyMetalProductions channel here at YouTube, and welcome, well, I guess you can say another Wednesday review, though for this one time only, I am reintroducing my old review format. At least, again, I hadn't done this style review format, which is just basically me in front of a camera throughout the whole entire video, because of since last year I introduced a new format, which is basically me first half or minutes of the video of me in front of the camera, and then when it came to at least the review part, it cuts to the album cover and then back for me to give my scoring and then final thoughts, and then telling you where to at least support and listen and whatnot and yada yada yada. I'm not doing that format for this one here, though. It's just going to be me in front of the camera throughout the entire video. I hadn't done this format since last year, and again, it was a very long time that I had been doing this format since when I began doing reviews in 2015. So that's what I'm doing here, and what am I reviewing? Since I've got my Soulgrinder Zine t-shirt, I'm reviewing a compilation that was in partnership, at least, with Soulgrinder Zine. Again, given to me by Paul of Soulgrinder Zine in the last package that he had sent me. It is Empathica Radio, Hail to the Underground, Volume 1. And what we have here is about 19 songs from 19 different bands, all ranging from various different, at least depending of genres, whether it be the metal genre or at times maybe the punk genre. So that's what we have here. And it's very interesting. So what I'm just going to do here, and also before, I don't know when this was released, it had to at least been released sometime in the year or so, alright, last year maybe, who knows. But it had to be at least somewhat still recent. Again, to give you a little backstory on Empathica Radio, it seems to be at least two guys who actually do podcasts, but I guess to give back to at least the underground, they had released this compilation of bands that they had promoted or talked about on their channel. So that's what we have here, and of course it's playing in the background because I'm not going to insert any of these songs into the audio here, so I just decided to do that. Saves me time, because again, I don't feel like going through all the editing, so that's why I'm doing the old format here for this one. So just to make it easier. So without further ado, let me just get into this. I'm not going to do any time length. I mean, I can just guess, since the last time I put the CD on, since I just did, its length is somewhere around 69 or maybe 70 minutes. So it's a pretty long compilation. But again, let's just get right into it, since I don't want to really go into a lot of depth, because it would take up the entire video, because I don't want this being as long, at least as 9 or 10 minutes, okay? I want this to be easily up there in length that's is going to be easy for me to upload and easy for people to just tune in, because I don't want this being as long as 30 minutes. So let's just get into it. Again, the first band, again, we have here is Hazer, and the song that they, of course, as opening with is Stripped from the Bone, again, from Hazer. And again, just to also another disclaimer, I mean, I could have also searched for all the rest of the bands here on the internet for information, but the thing is, some of these bands who, again, are... not every one of these bands Metal Archives can list, okay? Or Wikipedia. I mean, of course, you're never going to expect some of these bands to be listed on Wikipedia. Not everyone actually knows these, that's why they're underground. But I only just went with the ones that are easy to at least find on Metal Archives, and of course some that I probably had found on Bandcamp. So let's just stick, that's why I'm sticking with it. It's going to be very easier, because again, I can just move on through. So Hazer again with the song Stripped from the Bone, which opens up this compilation. Again, They are definitely more of a stoner sludge band, and this track definitely, again, they are from the United States, St. Louis, Missouri, were formed in 2015. Their debut album came out in 2017, and I think this song came from their, it is from their second album, which is titled Where Sky and Mountain Speak. And again, it would be track number 3, and it's a fine, decent sludge stoner kind of track. I almost want to try and make some comparisons to maybe High on Fire, but I won't because of it. It's got that sort of real modern sludgy stoner sound, and I don't mind it. But it's not really one that hits me compared to at least most within the genre. But I can listen. Sorry, there, burped. I ate before doing this. Anyways, again, I can listen to it just fine, but it's still a fine opener, so let's just, again, fine track, fine opener, so let's definitely get into the next band, which is Ghost Dance from Gravehuffer. Nice fucking name there. Okay, so Gravehuffer. They are a thrash metal / crust / grindcore band from Joplin, Missouri, United States. Apparently they were formed in 2008 under the name Crom, but then eventually changed their name in 2010 to Gravehuffer, and they released their debut full-length album as Gravehuffer in 2012, which is basically titled Blasphemusic. And then from there, they were a part of like a split in 2016, a compilation in 2016, and then which again same year. Second album came out in 2017, titled Your Fault, and then an EP in 2019 titled Demon Face / Stalingrad's Cross. Then being part of another split in 2010, and then 2 singles in last year. Then finally this year, their newest album, which is titled Necro Occlusion, I think it's titled. And I think this is where this track is taken from, which is, again, titled Ghost Dance. And, yes, it would be track number 3 on here, and it was this album here being released on January 15th of this year. And, well, it's an okay track. Fine, too. For, once again, it's thrashy, but I definitely get more of a crusty grindcore feel from it. It really does really border on that. And it's an okay track. Again, nothing really mind-blowing, but nothing really that I can say that is terrible. Again, I can listen to it just fine. So, again, I know I spent the most of the minute there running through some of their shit there on Metal Archives. But, again, to give out the information, there you go. Again, it's a fine song, so let's definitely move on to the next track, which is track number 3, which is Alive and Death from Macabre Eternal, which are definitely more of a death metal band. They are from Fort Worth, Texas, and they were formed all the way in 2016, apparently under the name of Core of Desolation. Fuck. God damn it. Everything's so goddamn tiny, and my glasses are at least fine enough. Jeez. And of course, lighting here is a goddamn ass. So again, then in 2016 they changed their name to Sadistic Cadaver. And then finally on the same year, 2016, they changed it to Macabre Eternal. And then released their debut EP in 2019, which is titled Mausoleum of the Malignant. And then finally here, they released their debut full-length album in 2021, which is titled Monument of Oblivion. And again, this would be, I guess, a track taken off of it. Yeah, there it is. Again, released March 31st of this year. Again, fine death metal track, but nothing here that I can say is, exceptionally amazing, but it's okay. So I'm just going to move on to the next band, to the next song, which is Black Rituals from Rotten Parish. Again, these guys are a Swedish death metal band, again from Malmö, Skåne. Probably I'm butchering up their name. And again, they were formed all the way in 2019, and it's only consisting of 3 guys in the band, at least. Or at least it was originally just 2 guys. But they released a whole shit ton of stuff. But their debut full-length album came out last year, Then their second album came out in 2020, and this is where this song is actually taken from. I know they released 2 more since then, but this song, again, Black Rituals, is taken from the album Besat. Again, released on June 6, 2020, and it would have been track number 6. Again, more okay, sort of Swedish death metal, but again, nothing that really blows my mind, but it's still fine. I can still somewhat, digest it. So there we go. Next band is Carnage of Flesh, Imminent Suffering. Can't find any information on them, so I don't know where they're from, but it's an okay other track. Again, didn't leave too much of an impression on me, but it's okay. I don't mind it. Next song, Old Lore from Basilisk. Hope I pronounced that correct, but there's a ton of bands on the Metal Archives titled Basilisk, and I don't know which one this is. So, any of the guys from, of course, Empathic Radio or Empathica Radio, hopefully one of you can at least confirm which Basilisk this is and where they're from. So, I obviously it had to be some sort of stoner metal as far as I remembered. And it's an okay track too. Again, nothing too mind-blowing, but it's an alright. I can listen to it just fine, so there we go. Next up, we've got from track 7 to at least track 12 are pretty much mostly punk bands. Again, track number 7 being The Day the Earth Stood Still from The Slime. Again, I think more of a female-fronted punk band. Okay song, I do dig it. Actually, most of these punk songs I kind of like. Again, track number 8 being Harry Carey from TXBXDX. I think, I don't know what will be the best way to pronounce the fucking name, but they're good too. Track number 9, Gratitude from the Downstrokes. Another decent punk song too. Then track number 10 being Malls of America from the TV Dead. Fine song too, don't mind it. Track number 11 being Surf Commies Must Die, which is from Totally Gnarly. Okay track too, and I don't find it too bad at all. And of course, track number 12 being 1 to 1 a Million from Spit of the Sin. And again, I think more female-fronted punk too, and fine songs. There we go. Next track is, again, track number 13, which is Forsaken from Shot Down South. Seems to be more of an industrial / very modern-y melodic metal band. Okay, but nothing. I would say this is probably the one song I really didn't care for much on here, okay? Again, I appreciate at times, but again, I don't really want to say that it's too much out of my wheelhouse, because again, it just means I might have more of a closed mind. But I just go by what I like, and again, it's not one that I really liked a lot. It was decent, fine, but not really anything that I'm gonna go back and listen to. So it's probably the one song that I really didn't much care for. But it's a decent, okay track enough for, I guess, for what it is. So let's just move on to track number 14, which is Revel in Your Disgust from Christ Dismembered. And these guys, again, are more of a... This is where it starts getting more of a black metal territory, part of this compilation. Again, they are a black metal band from Millicent, South Australia. So, again, formed in 2012, and apparently their debut release was a live album in 2014, but their debut full-length album came out in 2017, which was self-titled, and that's where this song is taken from. Again, which would have been the very last song on this album. Again, released May 27th, 2017. Revel in Your Disgust. Again, okay, decent Australian black metal, but it's alright. Fine, but nothing really, anything that moved me. But it's good, decent. It's alright. Next band, let's get to the next one, which is... track number 15, Call of the Lycan from Ovcoat. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Again, they are a black metal band from St. Louis, Missouri / Cortland, Ohio, United States, and they were formed in 2019. Again, this track had to have been taken at least from their 2020 EP, Lupus Occultus. Let me kind of see here. Yeah, it would have been track number 4, again released January 15th. Decent. Again, more decent sort of black metal. That's all I can say about it, but it's fine. Nothing really, anything that's extraordinary, but it's okay. Let's get to the next band, which would be track number 16, which is The Poison Hunt from Autumn's Silence. And if I'm correct, more of a melodic black metal band from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, formed in 2016, and it's off their, it's actually a single. It's taken from a single from last year. Again, alright, decent enough melodic black metal. Again, not really something I always go and listen to a lot, but it's just an okay song. That's all I gotta say. It's just decent. So let's definitely get to the next song, which is The Knife from Defiant Brood. Again, this will be track number 17, and this band I did remember searching up on Bandcamp, and it's a female-fronted horror punk band, and I really dig this song. This is probably my personal favorite. Most of the stuff on here is metal, and you would think that when it comes to a lot of the metal-related songs on the album, that one of those would be my favorites. No, it's actually a horror punk song that's actually my favorite off this entire thing to begin with. Again, The Knife from Defiant Brood. I really dig this. I'm actually going to leave you a link to their Bandcamp page so you can check these guys out. And I'll try and do my best to leave some Bandcamp links in the description box. But they are probably the best band on here, if you ask me. I really dig this song from Defiant Brood. And I had never heard of them, so it introduced me to a newer band, again, being of the hard punk genre, and I really dig this song. So it's the one that's got the most praise from me here of most of these bands. So it's a pretty good track. So let's definitely move on. Again, I don't want to praise too long because we're going already into 16 minutes here, or at least over 16 minutes. So let's move on. Next one is track number 18, which is titled Interloper from A Season of Evil. There's only one Season of Evil that seems to be on the Metal Archives, and I don't know if it's this band at all because of this track doesn't seem to appear on any of the 2 demos that band apparently that's on Metal Archives is on. It's not any of those 2, so I don't know if it is from the same Season of Evil or not. But as far as I remember, it's an okay song. I can't remember if it was death metal or not. Again, it didn't leave too much of an impression on me, so I'm just going to move on to the final song, which is Stereotypically Doomed from Haze, which is spelled H-A-Z-E. And this band is also on Metal Archives. They're a stoner band, and again, a band from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. And again, this is taken from, of course, their January 7th, 2019 EP titled Swamp Mama. That's where it's taken from. It would be track number 3. And again, fine stoner metal song. That's all I gotta say. It's a fine track, and it ends the compilation. So there you go. There is the Hail to the Underground Volume 1, released by Empathica Radio. Decent enough compilation. Still, I don't want to say anything negative about any of this. I hope I didn't come off too negative. Again, I enjoy what I enjoy. Some of these bands were fine. I can dig them. Again, I think most of the punk bands on here, were the ones that left some of the better impressions on me compared to the most, like death metal or the black metal bands on here. So again, all fine. But again, nothing really there that blew my mind. But it is still a fine compilation, and I'll definitely leave you a link to, of course, their podcast, radio show, which to their site that's got those up. I can leave that here. If I can find also a listing on Facebook, I can leave you a listen to this, and I'll do my best to leave you a link to some of these bands' Bandcamp page. So again, if you were really curious about checking some of these bands out, again, you'll find some of these links maybe in the description box. So with that, I'm not going to give you a rating because I don't feel like it anyway. So this is basically more of a promotion/review. So thank you. Thank you to Paul of Soulgrinder Zine for sending this. And of course, my tip of the hat goes off to the 2 guys that run Empathica Radio. Again, they definitely do know what bands they like, and they know what they can put on their compilation discs. So with that, hope all of you enjoyed this one. This is Heavy Thrash Shed. Sam out, and I'll see you all later. Take care, everyone.